Keep free Palestine! Keep free Palestine! We are the people! We won't be silent! Stop that bombing now! 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 Stop that bombing now!
Hi everyone.
This is Sydney, 1st of July, August now. And there's this thing, just with that in the background, as everyone knows that one. And normally they have the cops written on it, or police or something, but this one has just got nothing. It's just in Intellian Eurosat. What's that say? I don't know what the fuck that says. It's got that, but then it's got nothing else. Caution hot. The number plate. mobilecamera-security.com. So that's it. That's the whole thing. And it's like, oh, is it put up by the cops? Is it put up by someone else? What the hell is it doing here? Anyway, I'm off over to the court, so we'll see how they go. The Palestinian Action Group's trying to get get the court to allow their march across the bridge on Sunday. See how it goes. All right, so it's the 1st of April 2025, and we're at the law courts here, the federal court, I think you call it. And you've got a lot of people here that are supporting there's a rally planned to go ahead on Sunday across the Harbour Bridge, or they want to go ahead. So they're going to, Josh Lees from the Palestine Action Group is going to put his case today against the New South Wales Police. And then you've got the media scrum over here. They're waiting, so they've got it set up there where they've got their microphones, and then that will be the speeches, I'd say, afterwards rather than before. They don't like being filmed, as you can see, but it's just the two distinct groups. And then there's a whole bunch of kids inside who are going to I don't know, they're having a day at court, I guess, for part of their law studies or something. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be speeches out here first when the PAG people come. They've got their microphones, their megaphones and that sort of thing. I'm sure the mainstream media will start running over once they see that happening. But yeah, so sit tight. It's about another 15 minutes away. It's a good crowd, a good number of people here so far, considering it's that far off. But well, yeah, we shall see.
I'm going to do a quick press conference and then I've got to head in. If people want, they can come around and gather and whatever. Just like don't yell out during the press conference, so we can hopefully get some stuff in the news. You can tell the journalists what you think of them afterwards if you want, but not during. And I believe we're in court 9D, I might be wrong. 9D. So you're welcome to come into court and watch as well. I don't know how long this is. Anyway, I'm going to go to the press conference. Alright. Are you good to go? So Thomas steps forward. Alright everyone, so we announced this March for Humanity to save Gaza over the Sydney Harbour Bridge because, of course, we're facing an urgent and horrific situation in Gaza, the deliberate mass starvation of 2 million people, nearly half of whom are children. We have already seen hundreds die from starvation in Gaza. That crisis has not abated, despite some of the press releases from the Israeli military. In fact, still, thousands of trucks laden with aid are being denied access to Gaza right now. People are starving to death right now. They continue to be massacred at aid points right now in Gaza. So this is an urgent situation which requires an urgent and massive response from all of us, all around the world, to challenge and to oppose this genocide that is playing out in front of our eyes. It's gone on now for nearly 2 years, and which is becoming worse and worse and worse. That's why we called for this march over the Sydney Harbour Bridge. That's why we called it as an urgent march, because the situation is urgent. And it's why we called it over the Harbour Bridge, because we need to do something bigger than what we've already done. Because Israel needs to be stopped. This is a deliberate policy of genocide and mass starvation of 2 million people, of children, and we need to do something urgently and in a big way. Now, the bridge, as we said, is important because this is an iconic symbol in Australia, and we know that a mass march over our Sydney Harbour Bridge will send the most powerful message we possibly can to Israel to stop this genocide, to the people of Gaza, so that they know they're not alone, that the whole world has not forgotten them. Even if our world leaders have forgotten them, we, the people of the world, have not forgotten them, and we will not allow them to be massacred and starved to death without speaking up against that atrocity. And also this march will send a message to the world. It will be a powerful international symbol which will make international news, and it's a message to our own government as well, because even though Albanese says he's very sad about the images coming out of Gaza, still to this day his government is allowing weapons exports to Israel, to the state that is carrying out this genocide. They continue, and he's not pledging to stop them. So that's why we're doing it, it's why we called it in an urgent way, and it's why we're marching over the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Now, of course, we've heard arguments that this is an unreasonable thing to do. Well, to that we say two key things. Firstly, the bridge has been closed down on many, many occasions for significant events. We know, of course, it's been closed down for the World Pride March, for the Walk for Reconciliation. It's been closed down for much less significant events, in fact, like a movie, film to be shot, or for like breakfast that happened with 6,000 people just a few years ago. So the bridge can be shut. It's been shut for much less significant reasons than what we are calling for the bridge to be shut for. Now, the other argument, of course, is that this can't possibly be done at short notice. Well, we all know that whenever there is a significant accident on the Harbour Bridge, it is shut down at a moment's notice. So that argument does not wash either. And in fact, our event, our planned march, will be significantly less disruptive than every significant traffic accident that happens on the bridge, because we have warning, we have time. Our emergency services and our authorities have time to plan for this event in a way they don't have time to plan when there's a head-on collision on the Harbour Bridge and so on. So those two arguments simply do not hold up, and I think that's why we can see the mass of the community have seen through those two arguments. The other crucial thing is that this call for a walk over the bridge has drawn unprecedented support, like we have never, ever seen in this campaign, and frankly, I have never seen in my life through the different campaigns that I've been involved in my time. We have over 300 organisations have endorsed this event now. This includes Amnesty International, it includes the Uniting Church, it includes a host of trade unions who have come on board. I think there's around 10 trade unions now that have endorsed this call. It includes the Islamic Council, it includes the Arab Council of Australia, it includes the Jewish Council of Australia, it includes Jews Against Occupation. There are obviously too many to list, but we're talking about major organisations in Australia and prominent individuals, people like Craig Foster, Australian of the Year, Grace Tame, Australian of the Year, have also endorsed this call for a march over the bridge, and many of them are pledging to be there on Sunday. That includes now, of course, 15 state MPs have also now endorsed this call for a march over the bridge, most of them pledging that they will be there on Sunday, including, I think it's 5 Labor MPs as well. So this is what we've called an unstoppable tide of humanity that is going to descend and take back our bridge for this Sunday. And it's referred to as closing the bridge. I would rather see it as we are opening the Sydney Harbour Bridge for tens of thousands of Sydney-siders to be able to walk over to march for humanity and to save Gaza. Now, unfortunately, of course, Chris Minns has placed himself against this march. That is a shame because this is a moment when I think all of us should be coming together as a community to stop this horrific genocide that we see playing out in front of us. Nevertheless, that is the stance that Chris Minns has taken. That has obviously informed the stance of the New South Wales Police, and that is why we are in court today. The police, following the lead of Chris Minns, have not negotiated with us. They have not had meaningful discussions with us at all about any of their supposed concerns which they're going to raise in the court today. We put to the police a plan, our original plan to march. We've also put to the police alternatives if they are worried about aspects of our plan. We said to them from the very beginning, we are open to delaying this march by a few weeks if that's what you need to get things in order. We said to them we're willing to negotiate the exact starting point, ending point, the precise route to take, and all the rest of it. They did not engage in a single one of those discussions. All they did was said, all we did was find out from the media that they will be taking us to the court today. And it's pretty clear from Chris Minns' line, but also from the police, that they have not accepted any of these alternative proposals. So their stance right now is that not now, not ever, is their stance in terms of this mass March for Humanity over the bridge. As I said, that's why we're in court today. Now there's three options really that the court has on the table in terms of their decision making today. The first, of course, is not so, well, it's partly the court, but it also is the police. The option is still open for them to accept our offer to delay our march for 3 weeks. We've put forward a whole proposal that on the 24th of August, we could have our march over the Sydney Harbour Bridge. That would march the identical route to what the World Pride March did in 2023, including starting much earlier in the day and following the identical starting point, end point, and route. The police so far are refusing to accept that offer. The second option for the court, of course, and our preferred option, and one we hope we get today, is that they knock back the police's application to have our march deemed unauthorised today, in which case we'll be going ahead on Sunday, and it will be going ahead in a wonderful, peaceful, mass, orderly way, because the police at that point will be forced to finally work with us to carry out this demonstration in a huge and successful way. Now the third option is one we don't want to see, but is a real possibility, which is that if we lose in the case here today, that we will still see tens of thousands of people mobilise and be determined to march over our Sydney Harbour Bridge to stop this genocide. Of course, if that is unauthorised, that opens up the ability for the police to use extra powers to make arrests against peaceful protesters and so on, an outcome we absolutely do not want to see. Now it's important to be clear here, if we lose the authorisation of this protest, that does not deem a protest unlawful, that does not mean a protest is banned, it does not mean a protest is prohibited in any genuine sense. People have the right to protest, to gather and assemble. That is not an unlawful act, that is a lawful thing to do. So if we see tens of thousands of people mobilise on Sunday, that will be a lawful act. And then if we see those people try to march over the Harbour Bridge, well, we would implore the police in that situation to allow that to happen. Because what is the alternative? Are the police really saying that they are going to storm in and arrest children, disabled people who are on our march, elders who are coming for the first march that they've ever been on, members of the Jewish community here who are against the genocide that we see in Gaza, trade union leaders, church leaders, state members of parliament? Is that the option really that we want to go down on Sunday? Of course it's not the option that we want to go down, and so we hope the court doesn't rule in that way, and we hope that the police get their act together and get out of the way of this mass march for humanity. So that is what we plan to do. We plan to win today. But as I said, even if we don't, there is going to be, and this is whether or not Palestine Action Group has anything to do with it, there is going to be tens of thousands of people gather determined to march for humanity over our Sydney Harbour Bridge to stop a genocide in Gaza. Thanks everyone. I know you probably have questions, but I have to get into first.
Alright, I'm going to head in and see the case. They're about to come down and go out. The decision won't happen till tomorrow morning at this stage. You got all the TV heads are outside getting their positions ready, and then you've got the protesters standing in behind. So we're just about to get told off by this guy. No film now? Okay. Yeah, the guy's not happy that I'm filming inside. Yeah, so when we come out here, there'll be the protesters here on this side. They got their board. There's not many. There's a few left, but mostly everyone's gone. And then the TV crews are around the other side. A few cops still floating around. They're getting wet, like everyone else. And then I'd say the PAG group, or which is Josh Lees in particular, will come out and speak the decision. I've just come out of the court now, and the decision was made that it's well, it won't be made till 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So yeah, we'll just get in position and we'll see what happens. Like I said, you've got the TV, all the TV crews are here waiting to find out. You've got the guy in the background there, I'm not sure who he is. Yeah, so we'll just get a spot and we'll keep an eye out for him, and then we'll move into position.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! We are the people. We won't be silent. Stop the bombing now! Now! Stop the bombing now!
Hi everyone. Firstly, I just want to thank all the amazing supporters that we've had in terms of this massive March for Humanity that continues to gain momentum. We have to wait for the judgment, which is going to come out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. we're told. I guess we just reiterate like what we're trying to do. We're trying to stop a genocide in Gaza. That's what's motivated this whole effort. We want to march over the bridge to make that happen, or to be part of that, making that happen around the world. Thanks again for all the support, and we'll see what the judge says in the morning.
Thank you. Josh, what did you? We're not making any further comments until judgment comes out. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Stop pretending to be Islam! Shahida!
So they won't make any further comment other than that until tomorrow now, because it's the decision won't happen until 10 a.m. tomorrow. There was a small contingent of our supporters stayed at the end, and now the media are obviously very disappointed. They've been sitting around the rain all bloody day, and they get told that. So all right, that's it for me. I'm heading home too. All right, all the best.